to Jalen Tolbert on the left side of the end zone, crossing in front of Deshaun Elliott.
All right, there it is. There was the game winner, Jalen Tolbert, and your player of the game. What a monster.
Good morning to you, Eric.
Stepping up in a big one. Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the official post-game show of America's Team, brought to you by Pepsi, made for Cowboys watching. That one was tough to watch throughout the duration of those 4 quarters, but Broadus, they find a way to get it done on 4th down. Dak to Tolbert, 20-17. You escape Pittsburgh with a victory.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough game all through and through. Both teams were struggling with injuries. Both teams getting injuries during the game, which made it even more difficult. Tip of the cap to the guys for the Cowboys that had to step up and play big. AO was big tonight, and in the coverages that he was able to play in. And you look at Wheat, guys like that probably don't get a lot of practice time. Probably more scout team players, but here they are playing meaningful snaps, getting pass rush opportunities and making it work. So, big win for the Cowboys to go on the road. Yeah, now 3-0 on the road, 0-2 at home, which is kind of weird, but here we are.
It's a little backwards.
But here we are.
Yes, here we are, and we'll take it. That one we knew was going to be...
It's going to be difficult.
It was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
On the road in Pittsburgh with of course, the inclement weather, and we didn't even know how insane it was going to get with the 90-minute delay before kickoff, but we knew it was going to be a strap it on, find out what you're made of, who do you want to be, physical type of game, and they were shooting themselves in the foot left and right. Dak with all sorts of mistakes as it pertains to turning the football over, especially in the red zone. How many points they left on the board because they're getting sacked, fumbled, or intercepted, or a field goal blocked, and they still find a way to get the victory despite all the things that you mentioned in the injuries. I mean, Tyler Guyton goes down, Tyler Smith step up, boom, he moves over to left tackle, and TJ Bass steps in at left guard, and they were running the ball pretty well with Dowdle.
Yeah, Dowdle did a really, really nice job. The physicality that they played with, I thought Mike did a good job of calling the runs at the right time. The little flip play that they had, that got him a 13-yard run there on the edge. That's the kind of thing you have to have. Dak with the turnovers, and you're kind of disappointed, but man, his recovery on that fumble down on the goal line probably makes up for every turnover there. Both interceptions that they had tonight from him. But
that was huge
play. And give the Steelers some credit, man. Just the time but Dowdle. Gosh, if that game would have ended that way with how well that Rico Dowdle had played, that would have been a little bit disappointing for him.
Yeah, for sure, because Rico had one heck of a game himself. He was running the football nicely. They were opening up some holes for him. You could see a little bit more of that burst. He had 4.4 yards on the ground per carry, 87 yards on 20 carries, and then he had 2 catches, and one was obviously huge, the first touchdown of the night for the Cowboys. That was a big-time play. But, yes, right there at the end of the game, at the goal line, you hand it to Dowdle, and it was Roberts, the linebacker for the Steelers, just meeting him in the air, forcing the fumble. Dak jumps on it, and then incompletion to Tolbert, followed up with touchdown to Tolbert. And what a night for him, man, in a spot where you needed him big time.
Yeah, he had 10 targets in this game, came up with 7 receptions for 87 yards and the big touchdown, as you mentioned. But tip of the hat to all those guys on the offensive line, the shuffling around, what they had to do in that game. I guarantee you that Tyler Smith didn't get a ton of reps at left tackle in this game. Or, during practice.
Right.
He probably had to step right in there and go to work and just kind of go on muscle memory from where he's been before.
877-881-1053. Cowboys win 20-17. They escape Pittsburgh with a victory against all odds. It is your postgame show here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. We'll take your calls and text 877-881-1053. Coming up next, you're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Celebrate the best. Cowboys, please game responsibly. Sleep Number. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the Dallas Cowboys. And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys.
3rd and 14. At the 20, Prescott is back. He has time. He goes deep to the right side for Lamb. At around the 47, he caught the ball.
All right, Cowboys win 20-17. Welcome into the official postgame show of America's Team. You just cheered for America's Team on the field. Now see them on the Reels Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, now at a casino near you. Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Do you have a gambling problem? Please contact 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over, 877-881-1053. Let's go out to the phone lines. We have Jim in Round Rock. Jim, we don't have too much time, man. We're on a bit of a crunch, but happy Victory Monday. Because, well, it's Monday now, dude. How you feeling?
Yes. Well, Chief, you're doing a good job. That was my point. It's Victory Monday. It's always good to get a win. Like the running game tonight a little bit. But, boy, I tell you, fellas, we watch this stuff. I'm tired of these penalties. We had as many penalties as Dowdle had rushing yards. And, boy, when that old Brock Hoffman got that 15-yard, I was like, please, Dak, don't play hero ball. Please, Dak, don't play hero ball and try to get it back. And, by God, he went and tried to get it back. But, look, it's a win. Glad we were running it. Brian, I think we may have had our best offensive line out there when we had the fella, Tyler moving out to tackle and ball the other fella in there at guard. But, no, it was a good win. It's a hard-fought win. We knew it's going to be hard to go on there. Vegas didn't think we were going to win this thing, but I thought we did good. You boys did a good job. Not Chief, you done good. I hope we get to hear from Walchuk later. But good evening. I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Cheers to you, Big Jim. We love you. Way to kick off the night right there. Yeah, it was. It was hard fought. It was nasty. It was sloppy. It was shooting yourself in the foot. So much to correct all over the place, but he might be onto something there. Tyler Smith at left tackle. I mean, in terms of small picture thinking, right now today, does Tyler Smith at left tackle give you the best chance to win?
Well, right now it does.
Right.
Yeah, and even him without practice. Like I said earlier, I guarantee he didn't get many reps this week playing left tackle. He went muscle memory on that one and did a fine job for you.
No question about it. All right, let's go to James in Dallas. James, how you feeling, man? Happy Victory Monday.
Happy Victory Monday to you two gentlemen. Brian Brothers, a woolly bully. We got football in America in the morning. Oh, it feels so good. And I'll say this. The steel curtain could not close the show on a $60 million throw. That's why you pay him $60 million. He can play the bad, and he can cash in on a return and get you a win in a hostile environment. That's all I got. Good football, baby. Go Cowboys.
Yes, sir. Go Cowboys. Nice work, James. Way to get in there and get out of there. What an incredible voice as well. $60 million man. We were lamenting him for 3.5 quarters or so, but he got it done there on the final play.
Well, they had 2 drives in the fourth quarter, 15 play drives that ended in touchdowns. And Mike got into his bag a little bit. I mean, it seems like you're fighting for inches the way he calls plays, but the Hunter Lipke screen, just some really well-timed plays, and Dak doing a good job of getting the ball where he needed to be to get that victory.
Yeah, there was that third quarter drive that bled into the fourth quarter, 16 plays, 90 yards, 8 minutes and change, and then that was capped off with Dak to Rico touchdown, and you take the lead 13-10. You were feeling pretty good right there. But yeah, hey, Dak was not at his best tonight, that is for sure. Yeah. The offensive line was not at their best for a good chunk of that game, but once again, they find a way to get it done. The red zone stuff, so much to clean up.
Yeah, the red zone stuff, before that they were 0 of 3, going in, and it was some struggles there. It really was. They'll have to clean that up. I mean, you got away with it a little bit, I think, because of Justin Fields, and we saw what Najee Harris, he's really not a quality back, but Dallas did a good job with all their backup guys, holding them to 3.5 yards a carry, and then kind of holding Justin Fields in check too, with him running the ball. He was only 6 for 27. He could have killed you in this game, but his long was only 8 yards. So, good for the Cowboys all around, playing with some discipline there.
Yeah, run defense stepped up in a huge way, and I mean, offensively, you had 445 yards of offense.
Yeah.
You were the much better team today, but with the turnovers,
the turnovers
it made it a
in
tight game.
The turnovers in the block field
And
goal.
the block field goal.
Block field goal is just like a turnover, but they didn't cash in on it. But you got fortunate there.
All right, Cowboys get the victory 20-17. It's your post-game show here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. We'll continue to break it down, take your calls and texts. We'll hear from McCarthy, Dak, the whole nine, all coming up next. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Dallas Cowboys fans know a thing or two about legacy, commitment, and loyalty. That's why Kohler is our proud partner. With more than 150 years of craftsmanship, leading-edge design, and innovation, Kohler kitchen and bathroom products stand out and stand the test of time, just like our Cowboys. Experience the Kohler difference firsthand at the Kohler store in Dallas or the new location at Preston Park Village in Plano, and visit Kohler.com.
better pizza. Papa John's, the official pizza of the Dallas Cowboys.
From the 21, Fields to Pickens in the right flat. Standing and looking, there's a throwback to Seumalo, and he's tackled by Ferguson, but they keep his feet. Time's expired. Fields throws it across the field. There's a reverse lateral in the air. Ball's on the ground. Cowboys win.
That's right. It was a gritty win. It was a disgusting win, but it was a win nonetheless. 20-17. It's your post-game show here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, brought to you by the National Medal of Honor Museum. Join the mission at mohmuseum.org. Also brought to you by AT&T, the official 5G innovation partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll hear from Coach, and we'll hear from Dak and everything like that, but we continue to take your calls, 877-881-1053. Let's go to Justin in San Antonio. Justin, happy Victory Monday, sir. Justin, you with us? All right, Justin swung and missed. That's a shame. Let's go to New Jersey. How about Mike in New Jersey? Happy Victory Monday, Mike.
Happy Victory Monday, fellas. I'm enjoying the rest of this night before I take it down to bed. Let me just say this first. Browdus, I love you on the break, man. You, Nick, I love you guys. Now, I want to shine some light on a few things. This is what happens when you give a kid like Rico Dowdle an opportunity, to get some touches, get warmed up. I think you're going to see a lot more of that. Dak Prescott, granted the 3 interceptions, he still found a way to, rally back and win the game for us. It was a tough game. It was definitely a tough game. Defense stepped up big time. Could have been better. They had some miscues, quite a few, but of course they'll be cleaned up. And I liked when the offensive line shifted. It definitely got better. He had more than at least 3 seconds in the pocket at that point. But fellas, again, it's a great Victory Monday. I want you guys to have a great night.
Likewise. Thank you, Mike. Greatly appreciate the phone call. Yeah, Dak being able to, as frustrating as it was throughout that game and some of the issues that he was having, but with the turnovers in the red zone, exactly what you don't want to have, he was able to overcome that and find a way to still get it done for his team, so you appreciate that for sure. Rico, more opportunities, and it was better for him. I think that's a big thing. Your run game felt like it started to be able to get going a little bit. Maybe you found a couple of answers, and then back-to-back weeks now, your defense, and specifically your run defense, looking sharp.
Tell me who had Span Ford for 2 catches for 20 yards on their bingo card tonight.
Not me. I mean, it was in their script. The second play of the game, they got him in a motion, and it's a beautiful play.
Beautiful play in the first 15. So, yeah, I mean, it took every single one. You just go down through the list. Tolbert, Ferguson, Lamb, Turpin, Dowdle, Span Ford, Hunter Lipke, Brooks, Schoonmaker. All those guys had catches today. It took every single one of them to win that football game for you.
That's right. In a second half where CeeDee Lamb doesn't have his first reception of the second half until the final drive of the game.
It was one of those weird, where's CeeDee Lamb going kind of a deals.
That's happened this whole season. It feels like in the second half he disappears.
It sure has.
So going to have
a great pick, though. Ran a great pick route to get Tolbert free coming across.
No doubt about it, man. Tolbert, it was outstanding tonight. He had a huge 48-yard grab down the sideline in the first half. He finishes with 7 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown. He came up huge. Kevontae Turpin had some really nice plays as well. So it was a collective effort. It was nasty. It was tough. It was not pretty by any stretch, but you get the dub as you're banged up and shooting yourself in the foot all night. You'll take it. That's going to be a fun flight home, for Mike McCarthy, who probably got the game ball tonight with the homecoming there in Pittsburgh. All right, it's the official post-game show, a victory post-game party here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. We'll get you the what a play of the game coming up next. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog.
Dallas Cowboys Pepsi postgame show continues. Pepsi, proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Brought to you by
Bell Nunnally, behind every great company. Pepsi, made for Cowboys watching. Buffalo Wild Wings. Ford, your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. And by DallasCowboys.com. Keep track of the boys with daily podcasts and up-to-the-minute blogging at DallasCowboys.com and on the official Dallas Cowboys app.
But they have brought Brandon Aubrey out, and Brian Anger puts the ball down at the 44, so this is 54 yards. Operation is clean. Kick from 54 is away. Nothing bothers Butter.
Neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor an hour and a half delay.
It was a gut check victory for the Cowboys tonight in Pittsburgh, 20-17. Cowboys get the dub. It was a wild one, crazy finish. Jalen Tolbert gets it done, and it's on fourth down. Dak finds him. Fantastic play, and he will, of course, be our player of the game. We'll get to that, but Coach McCarthy, all eyes on him. He had the McCarthy contingent in Pittsburgh there for his homecoming. It was so much of the broadcast felt like it was about Mike McCarthy, but his team gets it done. He probably got the game ball. It'll be a fun party flight home back here to Dallas, but here is Mike McCarthy at the podium after the game.
Yeah, I thought he had 3 different lineman positions. We had some things going on up front, and this team can rush the passer. I mean, just their outside pressure. Cam Hayward's found the fountain youth. This is an excellent defensive front. We felt that way coming in. Obviously, if you take a close look of how we tried to protect against them, it shows the respect that we have for their front. But so you can see he was getting some push early. He was getting on his back foot. But I thought the completion, composure was there. It was just some miscommunication on the first interception down there where we were trying to. They had a late substitution. The corner was down into the boundary, so we tried to go quickly 4 verticals. So I was unfortunate on that one. And then really the big shot there in the fourth quarter. They were playing cloud to CD. Pretty much a lot of the day. So we tried to attack the middle of the field there with CD, and then obviously when the conversion of the coverage then took the shot on the outside. So that's a competitive interception. Those things happen. But other than that, I mean, the specifics of everything, I got to look at the tape. But I thought he played very well. And kept us, in the game. We were extremely productive against a really good defense. We moved up and down the field. We got to score points in the red zone, and most importantly, we got to get rid of these penalties. These not only the number, but the critical penalties on third down and red zone. That's been our challenge all year, and it was a little bit of a challenge tonight. But that's a hell of a team win for us.
As the casino of the Dallas Cowboys, WinStar knows what it means to be a star with over 10,000 of your favorite electronic games. The all-new 2-story WinStar Spa and Cascades, their luxury pool complex. WinStar really is the place to feel like a star. Please game responsibly. Cowboys get the victory. It's a post-game party, and let's go to Odessa. We have Morrow. We have Morrow in Midlothian. Morrow, happy Victory Monday, sir.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm a first-time caller, and happy Victory Monday. I was just really wanting to get y'all's opinion about, I felt like on TV they were showing that CeeDee Lamb kind of argued with Dak on the sideline, and I felt like after that they really didn't go to him after that. So I was just seeing what your opinion was, or if y'all seen something different on the field, and just get y'all feedback from that, and hopefully y'all have a safe trip and y'all have a safe Victory Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mauro, for the call. Yeah, I'm not totally sure what was said there. All the lip readers were trying to figure it out. I really couldn't make it out what it was. I do assume, honestly, if it's a miscommunication, I'm guessing Lamb was probably in the wrong. I think more often than not, your quarterback is the one that knows what should have happened, what route should have been run, whatever. But it falls on both those guys. I'm sure at some point we'll find out maybe what exactly the miscommunication was. Not sure what Lamb was saying to Dak there. But I also know that part of the problem why Lamb didn't have a reception in the second half was because they were covering him, and there was at least one shallow play that he just dropped. And it would have only probably gone for a few yards. But
they were in a situation where, and Mike just said it, where they were playing him over the top and the shadowing him with the safeties and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, these things happen during the game, and both Dak and CD are very, very competitive, and I'm sure that, the plane flight home, they'll sit down over a cocktail and talk about what happened and, hopefully be better for it tomorrow.
All right, let's go to Paul in Odessa. Paul, happy Victory Monday.
I'm good, guys. It's good to be on. Half of my question just got covered with the Dak and CD thing, but the other thing I was asking about is I was wondering if maybe our defense was better by subtraction, seeing as how we had so many young players playing tonight. Maybe they were more keen to just
I tell you what,
hang on to their assignments.
Yeah, I think if you had the guys that were supposed to be playing tonight, if you had Tank and also Micah, you would have crushed their offense tonight. Their offensive line, in my opinion, is not very good. Mm-hmm. And we went into this game kind of feeling like if you get guys like Wheat and others that were getting pressure, and nothing against the backup dudes for the Cowboys, but if you would have had Micah, you had Tank, you think the Steelers, you think Dallas would have had a hard time with the Pittsburgh defensive line. Pittsburgh would have had a worse time with your two players like that. This game was going to be won which group could hold up better. The fact that you made the switch to Smith, at tackle, I think helped a lot. It gave Dak more time to throw the football. It kind of solidified some things that you needed to do in the game. But no, I feel like that if you would have had your two best defensive players, Pittsburgh would have been in a serious bind in this game with their pass protection.
It's a victory party here in the post-game show tonight, 877-881-1053. Let's chat with Brad Sham, voice of the Cowboys, coming up next. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Celebrate the best of the autumn season with Fall Fest, presented by...
Or get the fan favorite hot barbecue on an order of wings sauced in a classic smoky sweet barbecue with spicy heat. Try them at your local DFW Buffalo Wild Wings today.
Prescott back, has time, deep to the middle, got a man, Turpin at the 25, and taken down at the 20-yard line.
Let's celebrate the victory with the voice of the Cowboys, Brad Sham, right here on the official postgame show of America's team, 20-17. They escape Pittsburgh with the victory. I'm sure this plane ride home is about to get ruckus, Brad. That was as much of a team win as you'll find, huh?
Yeah, Eric, I don't know how raucous it'll be because it'll be about, gosh almighty, it'll be at least another hour from now before they get on the plane, get everything loaded, and get in the air.
Oh, geez.
There may be a few sandwiches and some naps. But that's as gutty a win as I can remember. When you already know you're undermanned, you're without your two best defensive players. You come into a place with a great defense, a great crowd. You immediately lose your best remaining defensive lineman. Then you lose your left tackle, lose the turnover battle 3-0, get a field goal block, and you've got the wherewithal to fight back and score 2 touchdowns late in the game, including that one at the end after they've taken the lead. I just don't know what else a fan can want from a team. They're not the most talented team. They're not. But I don't see how a fan can ask a single thing more than they got from their team tonight.
Brad, I guarantee you that Tyler Smith did not take 1 rep at left tackle in practice this week. Would you like to wager with me on that?
No, I think he probably hasn't taken one since the beginning of the regular season. He might have taken a couple in camp. I'm not sure I saw him.
I don't remember either. I was standing over there by you. I don't remember any reps at left tackle, but what a really nice performance by him and him and TJ Bass and those guys holding up the way they did.
Yeah, that defense. People don't got to understand how good that defense is.
Yeah.
I think Babe said they'd given up a total of 14 second-half points in the first 4 games.
Yeah.
And then you go and score 2 touchdowns on them. And listen, those guys are so good.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing. Yeah, they made a lot of mistakes, but to overcome the injuries and your own self-inflicted wounds, that's I'm so impressed.
Super gritty win. Who stood out to you offensively? I think we're giving Jalen Tolbert the game ball. You feel good about that?
Yes, but you better have a Whataburger for Rico Dowdle.
That's Absolutely. What I agree.
Yeah,
on
that was the fight.
Yeah.
That was the tie.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when we go back, I wanted to say tomorrow, Brian, but it'll be in a few hours.
Yep.
And we look at the tape, and we see on balance what the offensive line did.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them, that they're gonna deserve something. But I think Tolbert was the guy who. Tolbert, though, Eric, to me, was a guy who was ready for the opportunity to step up. I'm not surprised by what he did because he's been ready for this. You could just see it in his play, in the limited opportunities in the games, and you could see it in training camp. But he did step up, and so he's going to get more. And then for Dowdle to do that against that team, I don't even understand that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, too, about this one, Brad. How about Wheat kind of coming off the bench and giving you something? I guarantee he was scout team practice guy all this week. The next thing you know, he's playing a bunch of really meaningful snaps for you in this one.
Yeah, that's typical also of, what they had to do. Hey, look, when we sat down there in the booth and we were talking pregame, I wasn't sure that they were going to have Oruwariye and Booth as the starting cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And didn't turn out that way, but you are right, and he had a lot of company.
Heck of a win, Brad. Appreciate the time, man. Have a safe flight home.
All right, boys.
There he goes.
Keep Whataburger open.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep Whataburger open. I'm looking at our Whataburger flag that we have here in studio. I'm eyeballing that thing. I'll be definitely hitting that drive-through on the way home. There's no question about that. All right, 877-881-1053, Cowboy Victory Monday. We're in the midst of it, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking your calls and texts, and we'll give you the drive of the game, and we'll hear from Rico Dowdle, Tolbert, and Dak, all coming up next. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Miller Lite is brewed with great taste and only great taste.
Game Show. Pepsi, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Brought to you by
AT&T, the official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Pepsi, made for Cowboys watching. Blockchain.com. Make your crypto play today. The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away. Jackpot.com. The Powerball jackpot continues to grow. Buy your Powerball tickets now on jackpot.com. And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Prescott in the gun, snap is back. He has some time. He throws it in the end zone. It's a touchdown to Jalen Tolbert on the left side of the end zone, crossing in front of Deshaun Elliott.
Boom, and that is your game-winning touchdown, and that capped off your drive of the game. 15 plays, 70 yards, 4 minutes, 36 seconds. Dak to Tolbert on 4th down, and the victory party ensued. Your drive of the game brought to you by the team at Blockchain. You can always trust the team at blockchain.com to make buying, selling, and trading crypto easy. Play smarter, not harder with blockchain.com. 877-881-1053. Let's go to Dak Prescott here after the game.
Dak, maybe more definitely. Can you just talk about the persistence of you and the team with that final game-winning drive down the field, you recovering the fumble, and then also what the 4th down play was to Tolbert? Could you just kind of walk us through all that?
Yeah, I mean, we just wanted a chance. Just give us a chance on that 2-minute drive. I personally was pissed about the 2-minute drive before half, obviously, right? Throwing an interception there when we can get points, easily 3. If not a touchdown, 2 minutes, something I love. So just being able to get back in it, down 4, knowing we needed a touchdown. We practiced that a lot. I'd say as much as probably, if not more than any team in the league. So we're all very comfortable in that situation with the plays being called. And then, getting it down there pretty quick. And then having some opportunities, to strike in the end zone. And whether it was my run on the first one, getting it to the half-yard line, or as you said, Rico trying to go over the top. For me, they always stress, follow the ball, right? And more than ever, right, that's the reason why. So just examples of things in practice coming up over and over again. And then the play we ran is one of our most comfortable plays. That and honestly the play before that, throwing it to Tolbert low. It's a miss on my part. Was halfway in between running it up the middle and throwing it, trying to throw it low before the safety came back. And just wanted one more up at it. And luckily we had the 4th down, and it was special to get it back to Tolbert. He did a great job of coming across the field, getting open. Offensive line did a great job on that play, allowing me to stay in the pocket. And as you said, just the persistence and resilience of the team just really showed in there, showed on that drive.
All right, there was Dak Prescott after the game. Cowboys win 20-17, and now we go ahead and pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves along the Dallas Cowboys radio network.
You're turn it on, leave it on. Home of America's team is 105.3 The Fan.
Tolo, baby.
KRLD-FM and HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth.
An Odyssey sports station.
We will hear from Tolbert and Dowdle coming up here in a few minutes, but right now we go out to Woodward and welcome in Lynn on a Victory Monday. Lynn, how you feeling?
I'm doing good now. I would like to ask you a question.
Sure.
Why I was having flashbacks of Atlanta with not chip blocking like everybody does Parsons. And we were just letting the tackles just on their own.
Yeah.
And they're at the very end, they finally started helping them out on that last drive. And they were the tight ends and even some of the backs were coming over and chipping on them. And that gave Dak so much more time. Why don't they're going to have to do it next week. No problem. I mean, there's no other way about it. They're going to have to do that against Detroit.
Yeah, they leave Guyton out there. If you remember the Giants game, they left him out there 90% one-on-one with Thibodeau and those guys. So, Brian Burns when Burns was over there. So, yeah, it's something, they have a lot of faith in those guys. And, we knew going in, I mean, we talked about it all week, where this game was going to hinge for the Cowboys was going to be what was going to happen with Watt over Steele, and then also what Guyton was going to have to do. And, they had to kind of think about some of the things they needed to do inside for Cam Hayward.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just a difficult front to block. But, yes, chips and spacings and all those things always are going to be part of these game plans.
That's right. It's a victory party here on the postgame show. 20-17. Cowboys beat the Steelers. We'll hear from Jalen Tolbert, Rico Dowdle, and we'll get you the what a play of the game. All coming up next. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
Hi, Drew Pearson, former Dallas Cowboy and now Pro Football Hall of Famer here.
team.
Everyone can be a grocery pro bowler with Tom Thumb's Drive Up and Go. Download the app or try an online order to get started today.
Snap is back. Has some time. Going deep left. He's got a man all over at the 50, at the 40, and down the left sideline.
There it is, your what a play of the game. Dak to Tolbert, 48-yard strike. Brought to you by Reliant and NRG Company. It's a victory party here in the postgame show. Cowboys improved to 3-2 on the season. The gutsiest win that you'll find, that's for sure. Yeah. It was not pretty by any means, but we said it during the pregame show, Broadus. This is not a style points game. This is just get out a live game. Find a way as being as banged up as you were, got even more banged up as the game went on. Guys stepped up in a huge way. Do we have any type of reports from the guys that got banged up tonight?
Yeah, I did get one on Nealon, and I asked this. I had the question of one of my guys on the staff. I said, hey, 94, bad. I know MRI on Monday. He said, hey, we'll see what the MRI says on Monday, like you said, but nothing definite now.
Okay.
So, there wasn't anything that they could say that, oh, it's definitely torn or it's sprained but they're saying, hey, let's see what the MRI says when they get home, but nothing definite on Nealon right now.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take that as good news for the moment.
Maybe for our show, maybe when we do our show on 105.3 The Fan
later this afternoon.
Later this afternoon, we'll be here in about 12 hours
on the Cowboy flagship.
Yeah, so we'll maybe we'll have a report then for you.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, we'll be crossing our fingers about Nealon for sure. Of course, got to hear about Guyton as well. A couple of guys went down in the game tonight, but the Cowboys prevail, and one of the main reasons why is that rushing attack got going, and Rico Dowdle was a big reason why. Here was Rico after the game.
Margian said that final play was like a movie ending. Did it feel like that for you, from your vantage point?
Definitely felt like a movie to me. I mean, I had to fumble a couple plays before. Stomach was still. Blah still, but definitely was like a movie. Great play call and great throw from Dak. Great catch from JT. Got the win.
For you, how did it feel just to have that premier role and you've been splitting carries, but just to have the whole load on you today?
Felt good. It was just, like I said, the whole time, just all about finding the rhythm. And I think we found our rhythm today and stuck with it, and it was able to show out there. Lineman making holes, and we was able to pound it down a good Pittsburgh run defense. So
I feel like you were getting stronger as the game went on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's always been the case for me. As the game goes along, I think I get stronger, and like you said, it's just all about the rhythm and the body feeling as well.
About your route running in the end zone there, can you talk about the touchdown?
Yeah, actually it wasn't the play design. I'm supposed to stop and come back, but the dude who was guarding me fell down. I'm like, I'm going corner. I hope Dak see me. And Dak rolled out and found me, and we made a great play, great touchdown.
What was the footing like? What was the footing like on the field? Was it wide? Was it easy?
No, it felt pretty good to me. Yeah, it felt pretty good to me. I know that coming into the game, they was talking a lot about wearing the 7 studs and stuff like that. But the field felt pretty great to me. Felt pretty good.
There's Rico Dowdle after the game, and his performance was warranted of a game ball, and his post game there was actually almost better than the on-field performance.
Yeah,
I like the way he broke that down, feeling good about himself as he should. That was an awesome performance by him tonight.
Yeah, they he said the route was not designed. The route was for him to come back to the ball, but when he saw his man fall down, he just said, "I'm going to go to the corner, get in the end zone," and Dak, with really nice mobility to kind of get that thing outside the pocket, keep his eyes down the field, and then get the ball to Rico there for and a really good adjust. Low ball catch and able to secure, roll over, keep it all together there. You never want to put it in these officials' hands to have to make a call. That ball comes flying out of there.
Yeah, it was the type of play you'd love to see from Dak. The play breaks down. He's able to get out of the pocket a little bit. You mentioned Terrence Steele making a nice play on Watt.
Steele did a great job of keeping Watt wide on that play, which allowed Dak the ability to sit where he needed to sit.
One of the few places we feel confident we can compliment Terrence Steele for his performance tonight, but he got it done there, and we'll take that touchdown. Rico Dowdle, awesome in the postgame.
It was tough, man, dealing with those guys.
That's tough, dude. TJ Watt.
Herbeck goes out. It's just crazy that, you think about Watt. I mean,
Dude, Watt and Herbig
Watt had 8 tackles today in a sack and a half.
Felt like he was everywhere, dude.
I did too.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like that too.
He was a total monster, but hey, the Cowboys defense stepped up in a huge way. They improved to 3-2 on the season. They escaped Pittsburgh 20-17 with the victory. We'll take a bigger look at that defense coming up next. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately,
AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Snap to Fields, back and looking. He's under a heavy rush. The ball was tipped as it comes out. Might have been a fumble. I hope it wasn't a fumble because it comes forward near the 45. And they would be close to a first down.
Rolling on the field is a fumble. Recovered by the offense. It's first down.
Unbelievable. I was going to say, I thought his arm was in motion. Give Eric Kendricks the credit for that play. Good blitz by him.
Yeah, they came after him.
And now the Steelers have to punt it away.
Well, there it is, your defensive stand of the game. Cowboys get the victory 20-17, a totally depleted Cowboy defense, allowing only 226 yards to the Steelers, a total gut check game. gut check victory, big time grit, and all sorts of people stepping up in a big way. They limit Justin Fields to under 5 yards per attempt. They also limit Najee Harris to 3 yards per attempt. They bottle up Justin Fields on the ground. That was my biggest concern of the game. His longest run was 8 yards, and he had under 30 yards on the day. And then the only passing threat that you really had to be concerned with for the most part was George Pickens. What does he do? 3 catches, 26 yards, and a big bunch of nothing. I saw Jordan Lewis after the game. Bobby Belt had the video where Jordan Lewis was storming into the road locker room saying, like, hey, the Steelers are going to need to get a new receiver, man. George Pickens ain't it. George Pickens, he's weak, I believe was the verbiage that Jordan Lewis used. And they were getting a little bit scrappy tonight, Jordan Lewis and George Pickens. So overall, awesome effort defensively. Guys going down left and right. No Parsons, no Tank, no Bland. You have Nealon going down early in that game, but they find a way to get the victory, and we will absolutely take it right now. Cowboys now 3-2 on the season. Let's go to Austin and welcome in Skip on the official post-game show. It's a victory party, man. Happy Victory Monday.
Yes, sir. It's my second time reaching out to you guys. Just a couple things. First off, I did not realize that Rico Dowdle had those kind of hands, and that catch was incredible.
Yeah, man.
And number two, and this is the last thing, I tell people all the time on the social media apps, let fans be fans, let pros be pros. 2 years ago, we have a receiver named Jalen Tolbert in the Green Bay game at Lambeau. He couldn't even line up right.
Wow, yeah.
And now 2 years later, he's making plays that you could think of as about possibly being your number 2 wide receiver towards the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's all I have for y'all.
Yeah.
Great point, Skip. Yeah, thank you very much. He's certainly going to be our player of the game. We'll get to Tolbert coming up. We'll hear from him in a few minutes. But, yeah, I mean, to put it into context like that, just remembering that he was costing you games in Green Bay not too long ago, but the work and the effort that he's put in. Yeah, the word bust, all that, man.
The fans will throw a bus word at you every once in a while. That's he'll do. I mean, I know when Mozzie, with that fourth down play, Mozzie was a little too high. They got underneath him, drove him back. People were tweeting at me the word bust again for Mozzie. We'll see how the tape, get to watch it here in about 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get on it. Can I make a real quick prediction?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson will be starting next week when Pittsburgh visits Vegas.
Ooh, okay.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, there were some hints on the broadcast tonight, but
they ain't playing Fields anymore. I mean, hey, he carried him to a 3-2. Good for him.
Totally.
But they can't win with. I mean, they can't throw the ball with him. Maybe they can't throw the ball with Russell Wilson either. But that's my prediction is Russell Wilson will be playing next week.
Yeah, you can't deny a healthy Mr. Unlimited. You got to get him in the mix there.
No, got to get Mr. Unlimited in the mix.
All right, last call of the night. Let's go to McAllen and welcome in our buddy Mikey. Mikey, happy Victory Monday, brother.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Man, I hate being the last call because, yes, Monday, Victory Monday indeed, but I don't know how happy I am. I'm kind of going to end this kind of playing the stick in the mud role here. And I hate that I'm following Brad because I feel like I'm walking right into his hand. But, man, the way I'm seeing this, I've seen this story play out. I've seen this game happen time and time and again. We get this gritty win. It looks good. We feel pretty good, but I can't help but feel like it's just a Band-Aid over kind of like this open wound where we think we've kind of gone over the hump. We're going to start stacking these things, but we kind of just return back to our old self. The way I see this, we have one crazy a fumble on the goal line, not go our way, we lose this game. The way I see this, the Steelers have even a shred of a viable offense. Maybe the game doesn't go our way, and Brad Sham is talking about, hey, man, what do the fans need? And I'm like, man, am I getting gaslit by Brad Sham right now? Because this team hasn't done anything in 25 years. What do I expect? I want to not be embarrassed about this team. I want to be able to.
Were you embarrassed tonight? Were you embarrassed tonight?
For 3.5 quarters, I was.
In what way?
Dak Prescott, the decision making. I understand the defense.
Are you a Dak hater?
No, not at all. I love that guy.
Okay, just want to make sure. Go ahead, carry on.
Yeah,
Mikey, thanks for the call, man. We appreciate the time. Sorry, we got to get you out of here right now. We're in a bit of a time crunch here. The delay kind of threw things off tonight, but
let the guy finish.
No, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's like 1:30 in the morning. We're doing this show. What do we got to do? Another ad or something? Another spot?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to it. Peyton, hit the button. Let's go to a spot.
Well, I apologize to, I guess, Broadus, not even necessarily Mikey. Broadus is a little bit more upset than Mikey is.
No,
I
was just going to give
his time. I wish I could give him more time.
I was going to ask him some questions.
I know you were going to ask him some questions. You were going to ask him if he was a Dak hater. I did. That. And then what was next? What was the next question? What was the next hard hitter?
You know what? Hey, throw it to a break, and let's let Kyle Yeomans tell us about some really cool thing they got going on at DallasCowboys.com.
All right, Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.
It's big, it's good, and it...
MC, proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Brought to you by Blockchain.com. Make your crypto play today. Bell Nunnally, behind every great company. United Ag and Turf, the official ag and turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. American Airlines, proud to be the official airline of your Dallas Cowboys. And by Ford, your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
Prescott in the gun, snap is back. He has some time. He throws it in the end zone. It's a touchdown to Jalen Tolbert on the left side of the end zone, crossing in front of Deshaun Elliott.
And there's your player of the game, Jalen Tolbert, ladies and gentlemen. On that play, Next Gen Stats says that, it was a 4-yard touchdown pass. It was his 7th reception of the night, career high, and then he accounted for over 40% of the Cowboys team air yards tonight. Jalen Tolbert was a total monster, 7 for 87 and a touchdown, the touchdown being the game winner, improving the Cowboys to 3-2 on the season. Want to use what the pros use? Jack Black is the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit getjackblack.com today. All right, well, the Cowboys eke by in Pittsburgh. They were they had every reason to quit and throw in the towel on this one. I'd say credit to Mike McCarthy. He's in his lame duck season, and his team had every reason to just throw in the towel. Gutsy team win. They overcome all the adversity. A lot of it was brought on to them by themselves with the turnovers and the penalties and some of the frustrations, but they were definitely the better team tonight. And if it wasn't for those ridiculous turnovers and a blocked field goal, then it probably would have been Cowboys blowout despite all the injuries that they were dealing with. So big-time Cowboys win, and that'll do it for tonight's postgame. Thanks to Kevin Walker, Chris Strong, Peyton Russell, Ruben Portillo, Tim Collins, and, of course, the Super Bowl champion, Brian Broaddus. That'll do it for the Dallas Cowboys. You're listening to the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network.
Every moment, every touchdown, every yard is a reason to celebrate. If anyone knows that, Ciroc